What is up, Suplex Rumble family? Welcome back to the channel where we break down the biggest moments in sports entertainment. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button right now because what we're about to discuss is massive. Seth freaking Rollins has returned to SmackDown, and he brought Buddy Mathews with him. The implications are huge, the possibilities are endless, and the wrestling world is absolutely buzzing. We're breaking down everything, the surprise, the history, the future, all of it. Let's dive in. Alright, let's set the scene, because this moment deserves proper context. SmackDown has been absolutely on fire lately, storylines have been building, tensions have been rising, and then this happens. According to reports from those in attendance in various wrestling media outlets, the energy in the arena was already electric. SmackDown crowds have been incredibly hot, and this particular episode had major matches and segments scheduled. Then, at a crucial moment in the show, and the timing here is everything, the familiar sound hits. You know the one. That signature entrance that means the visionary has arrived. The crowd erupts. The arena goes absolutely insane. People jumping to their feet, phones coming out to capture the moment, the roar of the crowd is deafening. Seth Rollins is back on SmackDown. But here's where it gets really interesting, Seth doesn't come out alone. Walking beside him, with that same focused intensity, is Buddy Mathews. And let me tell you, the wrestling community did not see this coming. Social media immediately exploded. Twitter trends started popping off. Reddit threads multiplied by the second. Everyone had the same question, what is happening? Let's talk about the presentation of this return, because details matter in professional wrestling. According to eyewitness accounts, both men walked with purpose. This wasn't a casual stroll to the ring, this was a statement. Seth had that look in his eyes, that focused determination that tells you he's on a mission. And Buddy? Buddy looked ready for war. The body language told its own story. These two weren't just walking together by coincidence, they were unified. Same pace, same energy, same intensity. Whatever brought them together, it's serious, it's purposeful, and it's going to shake up SmackDown in a major way. The crowd reaction was everything. You had Seth Rollins fans losing their minds seeing their favorite back on SmackDown. You had people who follow independent wrestling and international promotions recognizing the significance of Buddy Mathews being there. And you had casual fans thinking, who is this guy and why does he look so intense? That mix of reactions creates the perfect storm of interest. Hardcore fans are excited about the possibilities, casual fans are intrigued and want to learn more. That's perfect positioning. Now, before we go further, we need to understand who these two men are and why this pairing is so significant. Because this isn't just two random wrestlers standing next to each other, this is two incredibly talented performers with history, with credibility, and with the ability to absolutely dominate if they're working together. Let's break down each man individually before we talk about them as a unit, because both Seth Rollins and Buddy Mathews have fascinating stories that led to this moment. Seth Rollins, the visionary, the architect, the revolutionary. This man has done it all in WWE. Multiple-time world champion, Grand Slam champion, WrestleMania main eventer, Royal Rumble winner, Money in the Bank winner, the accolades go on and on. But what makes Seth special isn't just the championships, it's his ability to reinvent himself. Think about his career trajectory, the Shield revolutionary faction that changed WWE forever. Then the betrayal, becoming the architect. Then the babyface run as a fighting champion. Then Monday Night Messiah. Then the visionary. Each iteration has been distinct, compelling, and successful. Seth understands something that not every performer grasps, you have to evolve. You can't be the same character doing the same things year after year. The audience gets bored, you get bored, the creative gets stale. Seth constantly pushes himself to find new layers, new motivations, new presentations. In ring, Seth Rollins is one of the best to ever do it. The athleticism, the technical skill, the high-flying ability, the brawling when needed, he's a complete package. He can have a 5-star match with anyone on the roster because he's that good at adapting to different styles. But it's not just about moves, it's about psychology. Seth understands storytelling in the ring. He knows when to speed up, when to slow down, when to make you believe he's defeated, when to hit that comeback that makes the crowd explode. Now, Buddy Mathews, and for those who might not be as familiar, let me educate you on why this man is special. Buddy Mathews has had an incredible journey through professional wrestling. He's competed at the highest levels internationally, he's been part of major factions, he's proven himself as both a singles competitor and a tag team specialist. What makes Buddy dangerous? The intensity. This isn't a guy who does things halfway. When he's locked in, when he's focused, he brings an edge that's absolutely compelling to watch. Athletically, Buddy is a beast. He's strong, he's quick, he's got striking ability that's legitimately intimidating, and he can go hold for hold with technical wrestlers or brawl with the toughest competitors. He's also incredibly versatile. He can work the high-flying style, he can work the hard-hitting style, he can adapt to whatever the match requires. That versatility makes him valuable in any situation. is most important about Buddy Mathews. He's got that edge, that believability factor. When you watch him, you believe he's a fighter. There's no winking at the camera, no breaking character, he commits fully to whatever he's doing, and that commitment makes everything more impactful. Now, let's talk about the connection between Seth and Buddy, because there is history here. These two have crossed paths before in various contexts throughout their careers. They've been in the same buildings, they've competed in similar circles, they've both been parts of factions that made major impacts. But more importantly, they share a philosophy about professional wrestling. Both men believe in working hard, constantly improving, pushing the boundaries of what's possible in that ring. Both men have evolved significantly throughout their careers. Both men understand the importance of presentation and character work. That shared philosophy creates natural chemistry. When two performers are on the same wavelength about what they want to accomplish, magic can happen. And let's talk about what they bring to each other. Seth brings star power. He's one of the biggest names in the industry, he commands attention, and he has the credibility to elevate anyone he associates with. Buddy brings edge and credibility. He's not just some sidekick, he's a proven competitor who makes Seth's group feel more dangerous, more legitimate, more threatening. Together, they create something greater than the sum of their parts. Seth's vision combined with Buddy's intensity could create something absolutely special on SmackDown. Think about the possibilities. Seth can do the talking when needed, and we know he's one of the best promo guys in the business. Buddy can let his actions speak, bringing that silent intensity that makes everything feel more serious. In tag team situations, you've got two incredibly talented wrestlers who can have classics with any team on the roster. In singles situations, you've got each other's backs, creating endless storytelling opportunities. This is smart pairing from every angle you look at it. Okay, so Seth Rollins and Buddy Mathews are together on SmackDown. The question everyone's asking is, what does this mean? Who are they targeting? What's the plan? Let's break down the immediate implications for the Friday night landscape. Implication number 1, the tag team division just got dangerous. SmackDown has an incredible tag team division right now, established teams, up-and-coming teams, teams with championship aspirations. Seth and Buddy entering that mix creates an immediate shakeup. Are they coming for the tag team titles? Because if they are, every team on SmackDown just got put on notice. You're talking about two men who could legitimately compete for and win those championships. The matches would be incredible. Imagine Seth and Buddy against any of the top teams, you're getting guaranteed classics. Different styles, different dynamics, fresh matchups that fans are dying to see. But it's not just about the titles, it's about dominance. Maybe Seth and Buddy aren't interested in championships right now. Maybe they're interested in sending a message. Maybe they're targeting specific teams or individuals who have wronged Seth in the past or who represent obstacles to whatever Seth's larger vision is. Implication: Seth Rollins has a history on SmackDown. He's had feuds, he's had allies who became enemies, he's got scores to settle and points to prove. Who on the current SmackDown roster might be in Seth and Buddy's crosshairs? That's the question that creates tension. Any wrestler who's had issues with Seth in the past suddenly needs to watch their back. And here's the beautiful part, with Buddy by his side, Seth doesn't have to worry about being outnumbered anymore. He's got backup, he's got protection, he's got someone just as dangerous as he is ready to fight beside him. This also opens up fresh feuds. Maybe there are current SmackDown stars who haven't had major programs with Seth before. Now's the perfect time to create new rivalries, new dynamics, new matchups that feel fresh and exciting. Professional wrestling is all about power dynamics. Who's at the top? Who's challenging for that top spot? Who controls the narrative? Seth Rollins returning with Buddy Mathews immediately changes that power structure. They're not coming in as underdogs, they're coming in as threats to everyone currently positioned at the top of SmackDown. If there are established main eventers, they now have to deal with Seth and Buddy as challengers to their spot. If there are rising stars trying to break through, they've got new obstacles in their path. If there are factions or groups, they've got competition for dominance. This creates layers of storytelling. Multiple feuds can branch off from this single return. Multiple wrestlers can be affected. Multiple storylines can intertwine. That's how you create a rich, compelling television show. Whether we're talking tag titles, mid-card championships, or even the world championship scene, Seth and Buddy's presence affects all of it. Seth Rollins is a main event level talent. He's held the top championship multiple times. Him being on SmackDown means he's either pursuing championship gold or he's a potential spoiler to anyone else pursuing it. Buddy adds legitimacy to whatever championship pursuits they have. He's not just along for the ride, he's a credible threat who could win championships himself. Imagine this scenario: Seth pursues the world championship while Buddy handles anyone who tries to interfere or get involved. Or they both pursue singles gold while watching each other's backs. Or they dominate the tag division while also being positioned in singles competition. The flexibility is incredible. They can be used in so many different ways, which keeps things fresh and prevents the presentation from getting stale. Here's something people don't always think about: how does the rest of the SmackDown locker room react to this? Some wrestlers might see Seth and Buddy as allies against a common enemy. Others might see them as threats that need to be neutralized. Others might try to recruit them or manipulate the situation for their own benefit. This creates organic storytelling where characters react naturally to the situation rather than everything feeling scripted and predictable. The best wrestling television feels alive, like things are happening in real time with real consequences. The beauty of Seth and Buddy's return is that it's not just their story, it affects everyone on the roster in some way. That's how you create an interconnected, compelling television show where every segment feels important. Now let's talk about what you, the Suplex Rumble family, and the entire wrestling community have been saying, because the reaction to this